Hello and welcome to my new series where I'm going to be creating simple and tasty dishes that are suitable to cook with kids. Keep watching to find out more. The dish I'm going to be cooking today is my take on spaghetti on toast. The inspiration for this dish came to me when we were in Paris, and even though the idea for the cook along with kids has been with us for a while, I thought what really prompted me to start was when we were in Disneyland. I came across this pasta and I thought I need to buy this pasta because I've got a brilliant idea. And at the same time came home with this lovely crusty bread which was already sliced for me in the boulangerie. The ingredients for our simple dish. Now I want to incorporate veg into this dish because I know kids can be very fussy with veg. One large carrot, one large onion, and the tomatoes. Now what we're going to do is it's going to be blitzed later on, so the kids or no one will know what's actually in the sauce. We're going to have a tasty, hearty tomato sauce. The tomatoes, I've got 8 large tomatoes. Now what I did was earlier on took the core out with a sharp knife, put a little crisscross on the top, plunged all the tomatoes into boiling water for about 12 to 15 seconds, then straight into cold water. And what happens is the skins just pretty much just fall off. I'm just going to chop them. Just coarsely. I want to keep it simple. I mean, depending if you wanted to, you could maybe keep the skins on if you're feeling a bit lazy, as long as you put everything through the sieve. But we want to keep it as nice and simple as possible and tasty. Now the other ingredients I've got are tomato puree, a couple of nice fat cloves of garlic, some oregano, which is optional. I know kids can be quite funny with herbs and seasonings, and just a pinch of sugar, which we'll add later on depending on the sweetness of the tomatoes. So we'll head over to the stove and start cooking. So we're going to start off with our sauce. At the same time, I've got my pan of water just boiling, ready to go. My pan's getting hot. Into the pan, just a little drizzle of olive oil. Then I'm going to add the onion. Now we just want to cook this until it's softened. So that's just going to take a couple of minutes. Just give it the odd nudge. At the same time, I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic, which I've just crushed with skin on. Skin falls off quite easily after that. Garlic in. And I'll just give that a couple of minutes. At the same time, I'm just going to give a couple of turns or so of salt. That's just going to help pull the moisture out of the onion and help it sweat. When I put the onions in there firstly, there wasn't much of a sizzle. It's not a massive deal because it's coming up now and things are moving forward. Sometimes if the pan is too hot, you're probably in danger of actually just caramelizing the onions. Next we're going to add the carrot. Now I've cut the carrot as small and as thin as possible because we want this to cook fairly quickly. And again, that's just going to take a few minutes to soften. Now the reason I've chosen to do this in a frying pan is it's got a bigger area and it's going to cut down the cooking time. Next we're going in with a tomato puree, a good tablespoon. Get that mixed in. Get that mixed in and take the rawness out of it. The tomato puree is going to give the sauce more depth. Then followed by our chopped tomatoes. I'm just going to leave that few moments and the tomatoes will just break down naturally. Followed by our half a teaspoon of oregano. You could add more, again it's optional, kids can be funny with herbs and spices. A few turns of black pepper. And then we're just going to add about 300 ml of water. And we'll just let that simmer away for about 10 minutes. So there we have, it's been about 10 minutes now. Our sauce has reduced down, it's got more colour and body to it. The carrots are just tender. You see it's quite vibrant. And it's the veg itself that's going to actually thicken the sauce as well. I'm just going to give this a wee taste. Yeah, that's just lovely. The tomatoes are still nice and fresh. We don't have to add any sugar at all to it. But if you do feel the tomatoes are just a wee bit too acidic, just a pinch of sugar in there. We just want it nice and tasty. And a pinch of sugar will help us all the way. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to blitz the sauce, but before we blitz, we're going to add our pasta to the water. Now I've added, it's up to you, I've added about a teaspoon of salt to this water. And the whole grand scheme of things, it's not really much, but if you want to up that out, it's fine. But I like pasta tasty, but we'll have got plenty of flavour in the sauce. So, I've got 200 grams of pasta here. 100 grams per portion is enough in a portion. Now we just want to just stir that just for a few seconds to make sure the pasta doesn't stick. Well, so that's just going to come to the boil, and that's going to take about 7 to 9 minutes while we blitz the sauce. So I'm going to put the sauce into a food processor. You could put it into maybe a bowl and use a stick blender. It's really up to you. So we'll just scrape down. I'm going to get this as smooth as possible. So there we have our sauce, which I'm going to keep warm. You can see there's enough here for 4 portions, but I've only cooked 2 portions of pasta. So you see how smooth it is. So we'll reserve that and we'll get our pasta drained. So there's our pasta now drained. It's had 8 minutes of cooking, so it's just got some bite to it. I'm going to add the sauce, a couple of ladles at a time. Mix. So So 100 grams of pasta per portion. Just a touch more sauce. And we are good to go with that. A quick mix in there. There we have it. So there we have our pasta. Lovely and colourful. I'm just going to pop a lid on there to keep it warm. You can see we've only used half the sauce. The sauce is for 4 people. I've only cooked 2 portions of pasta. And now I'm going to toast the bread. So to toast the bread, rather than using the toaster, which you can do, I've opted for the griddle pan. I want that sort of smoky barbecue flavour to the bread. You can see the bread of choice, nice crust, the ear pockets in it. So we're just going to give that a couple of minutes on either side, just to toast. So now our toast is ready. It's time to plate up. So now we're ready to plate up. We just want to take some good quality butter. It's up to you what spread you want to use, but I just like to use the butter. You can hear the knife is scraping along our nice toast. And that butter's just starting to melt through the holes. And now the pasta. I'll just sit that nicely on top. On this. And there we have my take on spaghetti on toast. So there's my take on spaghetti on toast. A delicious, simple tomato sauce using just basic fresh ingredients, served on some delicious bread. So simple and so easy for the whole family to prepare. Enjoy.